Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We're back for some more Pillars of Eternity with the Triple Crown difficulty settings. We are currently in the 4th act. We are in Breith Eaman, which is the Adra soul prison. We've cleared out most of it, just a bunch of spirits all over the place and some Adra animats. And we are about to go into this section where I believe there is going to be a bit of dialogue. Let's see if I'm correct on that. Yeah, I think I am. I still remember a bit of this portion. And it's Iovara. A column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent. Its rigid layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. She has a burnt face here. The glow seems to fade, as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Iovara seeps into existence, an idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There is a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy, where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
Hello, old friend. The ages have been kind to you, I hope. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
I'm here to free you.
A gallant gesture, if a bit misguided. And yet I suspect there is more to this than you have said. I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Thaos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Thaos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Wodica and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Thaos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul cannot let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Thaos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Iovara's mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
That the gods aren't real. We've spoken to them, though.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
There's a theory puts my boldest to shame. But we ourselves have seen the gods' influence.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Who created these gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwithan, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Thaos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it, After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
This is why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
And how did you discover this?
The Engwithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Engwithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. Is it true what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Thaos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Iovara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
But that's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts?
Beads of sweat coalesce on Durance's forehead and trickle down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. If all our common threads are spun from a lie, what's left to bind us together?
All of us across Eora are trying to survive, to make sense of the world. What could better bind us together than that struggle? We'll find our own truths. Make them if we must. We don't need an ancient lie to bolster us. United, the Engwithans created gods. Mortal men and women coming together to do the impossible. Let us surpass them.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
The grieving mother returns Iovara's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Iovara nods back, seemingly moved by some unspoken understanding. You feel the weight of Iovara's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? God. Okay. Then the only value is the things we can create ourselves. Or build our own strength so we can bear it. I'm gonna go with then the only value is in the things we create ourselves.
And in the lives we create, is this not the essence of motherhood? To create, cherish, nurture, to give of yourself for the sake of another.
Lives included.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
Man, for the common folk, I think this stands true, but it is still deceitful, and I don't think this is the way that people should live. We do, even without assurances that is still truth.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace a serene visage.
I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
That's kind of messed up. I didn't live it. As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately, as though it had just happened. So we can kind of spin both stories. Well, I mean, it could have been a lot of things. I don't think I had a reason, I just did it.
All these years thinking about it, I don't think I ever imagined you did it without cause. This changes things. Good. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because...
Because what? I need to know it wasn't because, after everything you'd learned, you'd still rather believe in a lie. If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. don't really like any of these answers. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
You were more than a friend. You were the only person I trusted. I always believed in your judgment. Never have I felt so confident in my beliefs as the day you arrived in my camp. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
Let's see. You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent. I see your point. Your optimism has always been misplaced. That's why you're here now. Well, let's go for the first one because this is true. You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you and wish your forgiveness. I would do it again. It wasn't me who made that choice. I bear no responsibility for it. I mean, this is true, right? It wasn't me. At the same time, it could be the same soul, so I'm gonna go with the first one. Because yeah, if it's the same soul and I'm just living a new iteration of it, then this is true. I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you and wish your forgiveness.
You have always had my forgiveness, no matter your reason. There are circumstances behind that reason we all share. Knowing that, it is difficult to hold spite in one's heart. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish. But now I see I was mistaken.
No.
You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Thaos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Thaos himself will satisfy your needs.
Okay, so sorry, but that was very weird. That just appeared in front. I couldn't read what was behind, and when I pressed it to go away, it advanced the dialogue. Let me just read this again, sorry. So I said this: I regret what I did to you and wish your forgiveness. You have always had my forgiveness, no matter your reason. There are circumstances behind that reason we all share. Knowing that, it is difficult to hold spite in one's heart. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Thaos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it might be that only an answer from the mouth of Thaos himself will satisfy your needs.
Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Okay. Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Breith Eaman, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the site of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle.
So she would have to beg for forgiveness of the gods, and then she would be lifted, but she doesn't believe in the gods. Well, not in a strict sense of the word.
This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. Cry out for the judgment of Thaos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
The other gods hate me because they want Thaos destroyed. I owe them no debt. Yep.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwithan built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven, the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why don't you repent? You could be free of this place.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
This place, Sun in Shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only what I have seen and what others have told me about it. There is only one man who can tell you now, who knows it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I will leave you to see it for yourself, make your own judgments. Better for your soul that way, I think. How is it that you speak Adiran? I speak no language now but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own. Do you know what it is I need from Thaos?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Why has Thaos done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Boudica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Thaos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he. If Thaos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Boudica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
How can I get Thaos to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him.
Oh, from his soul. It's time for me to go.
Thaos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
Okay, so we have several options here. What is this? The gods have given me the souls of their forgiven. If you repent, you could join with them. Help me strike the final blow against Thaos. Your defiance here is an illusion. You are a slave to the gods, bound to their rules, stuck in their system. Your continued existence is proof of the gods' dominion over all of us. If you hadn't planted doubt in my mind long ago, I'd be living a normal life right now. Before I go, I will repay you for this curse. Okay, let me see. I don't actually want her to repent because she doesn't, she doesn't believe in them. At the same time, if I tell her this is very harsh. Your defiance is an illusion. You are a slave to the gods, bound to their rules, stuck in their system. Your continuous is proof of the gods to be of all of us. Man, the first one seems to be like the good choice, but it doesn't seem good to me. I don't want her to repent. What is she repenting? She did nothing wrong. I think this is still true, probably. Your defiance here is an illusion. You are a slave to the gods, bound to their rules, stuck in their system. Your continued existence is proof of the gods' dominion over all of us. You notice a bond now, one that has always been an interleaving of her essence with yours at the extremities of your perception. You are tied to this woman's spirit and you can feel a measure of control over it, as though you were its shepherd. What are you suggesting? Oh my lord, this... I don't want to kill her soul. Don't I have any other choice? Oh my god, man. Never mind.
It was good to see you again one
No!
last time, old friend. I thought I'd seen my last friendly face long ago.
Please tell me I can still do something about this.
If ever we should meet again,
Oh my
in
god.
this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
Please, game, let me talk to her again. Oh my dear Jesus. I didn't want to kill her soul. I said never mind to see if I could have the option to bring her with me and then return her to the cycle. God damn it, man. Well.
Light, flame, and sound.
Well.
We keep to ourselves.
We're gonna continue.
So, it's true. The gods are a sham that people have followed for thousands of years.
It appears so. Man, I really wanted to... Oh, wait, there's dialogue.
Doesn't that just beat all? Here I was, wondering all this time whether all these terrible things were people's fault or the gods. Turns out they might be the same thing. Wonder how things would have gone different 15 years ago if the Raid Sarens had been told their god was made in some forge or kiln someplace. Would we still have gone to war?
It was their god who made them believe they were right. I doubt they'd have fought if they knew he was fallible.
I could see the rebellion still happening, but I don't know that they would have invaded.
He looks down at the ground, drumming his fingers against his side restlessly. When he speaks again, it seems half to himself.
I don't know. When Woden left for war, we, had a fight. As brothers will.
What about?
About him going off to war. He was set on it. My parents warned him. They said you get a new country with every trip across the border, but your god, you only get the one. Me? I didn't know who was right. All I knew was I didn't want him to go. It's the same for families as it is for gods. You only get the one. I said every vicious thing I could think of, trying to change his mind. He brushed it off. Just got me madder, of course, him being so calm. He said I should come with him, but he'd understand if I didn't want to. I told him he'd better be able to face his god one day and answer for what he'd done. He said he'd keep that in mind. And then, he was gone. By the time I'd cooled off, months had passed. One morning it dawns on me that my brother always knew better than me. If he was so sure of what he was doing, then I should be there with him. I packed my things and was on the road that same morning. Of course, what I didn't know then was he'd already changed his mind. By that time, he was dead on that field.
Do you think he went to Wyvern because of what you'd said to him?
Crossed my mind. You live in a place like Gilded Vale. You don't have a whole lot else to do other than think about things you don't want to think about. I hope that wasn't it. I hope he went there because it's what he thought was right. But it seems I'm not meant to know.
So, if you'd left with him, you'd have known why he changed his mind.
If I'd have left with him, we'd both be dead, so... I don't know why I bother thinking about it.
True.
I found my own way in the end, and it wasn't my brother's and it wasn't my God's. I don't know if it was right. But I couldn't abide what Wydwin was doing to his own. God or not. I don't regret it. Whether Wydwin was Aothis, well, it hardly seems to matter after what we just heard. And all these questions I've been trying to figure out. I think I just miss my brother.
He smiles faintly, and when he breathes, the air seems to flow more freely through his lungs. Let's be on our way.
One more mess we gotta straighten out. Come on, then. I still owe you one.
You don't owe me anything, man.
We've been lied to. Our whole lives, and many lives before that. And it's led us to put our faith in a pantheon of gods that never deserved it in the first place.
There's a lot of truth in several of these. But me being a benevolent person, at least my rogue is, I feel that the second answer is probably the most adequate one. Thaos is wrong. Most people are fundamentally decent. Knowing the truth can only make them better.
You're right. People will be better off finding direction on their own than following this farce. Besides, the gods haven't exactly done much to prevent us from slaughtering each other. If anything, they've only given us more pretenses for doing so. Seems like that's all they've been doing of late. I've also been thinking. There won't be much left of Thaos by the time you're done with him, if I know how you operate. That will leave the Leaden Key headless. Perhaps it's best it stays that way.
Oh my god, I think I know what he's suggesting. Because the Leaden Key... I mean, the Leaden Key is a cult. Leaving them headless, somebody else is just going to take the position, or they will scatter. Or I could say no, someone should fill that role. But I don't even know what role it would be. That's the problem here. At the same time, if I leave someone else to take control of it, it's probably gonna be a worse person than Aloth. So maybe I can influence them of my own accord? Let's go with no, someone should fill that role.
This is unexpected coming from you. Why keep it going?
Yeah, so this one I think is right. One way or another, someone will fill that void. I'd rather it be you. Think of all the good you could do with that power. The world will in a guide once more. If you're in charge of the Leaden Key, at least I can know they'll stop trying to kill me. Someone's gotta keep everyone from murdering each other. One way or another, someone will fill that void. I'd rather it be you.
Then let's face Thaos. When this is all over, I'll remember what we've been through. I'll see the Leaden Key transformed into a stronger, better guide for Kith. And I won't make the mistakes Thaos did.
Let's hope not, my friend.
Hey.
Let's hope not. Let us continue. Oh, a new image. Ooh. Man, I'm liking this.
Blade in the dark.
This culmination. This is a somewhat big area. It's very dark.
These ruins, like a great grave for a soul.
Ring of searing flames on these vessels here. I cannot see a goddamn thing. Oh. Oh, the souls are helping me. Okay, cool. They are lighting away.
Full of surprises, aren't you?
I am indeed.
A city to put all others to shame, and long lost.
Many spirits stir here, edged with anger, violence.
We light our own path now, Watcher.
Can you do that again? I had something. I missed most of it.
I like it there. Oh, what is it? An Engwithan shade. Looks very weird. I don't know what these do.
Hey.
What do you do, friend? Let's be careful with this. I don't know if this is dangerous or not. We're gonna sap it. Okay, there's a bunch of them. They are somewhat tanky, but it doesn't seem like they are particularly dangerous. At least they're not casting spells, and that's important.
So much.
Okay. Oh, I still have the wrong chant after all this time. Oh, come on. I've been using the chant for dragon killing. God damn it. Oh, man. Okay, it hasn't been that long, so I think we're fine. But I want to use chant B. So this one. Oh my god. Okay, so what are these? Oh, come on, where are they? Are these spirits? A Baleseer? Don't even remember. Oh, I do remember it. Okay, never mind. I think it was in Calvinos's workshop. Where are these? Are they death guards? No. Shengola? No. I have no idea what these are.
Of course.
Wait, did I check shadows? Are there shadows even? Oh, I did check it, never mind. Well, I don't know then. There's another light thingy over there. There's a dragon as well. Ooh.
I see something.
More gauntlets of swift action. Cool. Game. Okay, I'm not sure if I like the fact that there are two dragons over here.
Hey.
Okay. I don't know what to expect. So I'm gonna be careful with this.
Hey.
Oh, but it's gotta be my rogue doing this, I think. Yep. We spotted a shadow drake. I haven't spotted anything yet, but let's back away. Oh! Okay, there he is. And there's a bunch of Engwithan shades. They are spirits. There, tank over there. I'm gonna move back. Kana is gonna tank here. You are gonna buff up. You are gonna buff us up as well. Grieving Mother, shoot this. Okay, I want to see if I can get a defensive mind web here. This Drake is trying to breathe fire on top of it there. That's fine. I'm just gonna make sure it's aiming over there. Okay. The Grieving Mother barely hits. She blinded everyone. 6 pierce. 16 damage reduction. They have high deflection. Yeah, but the damage is very low. Seems kind of strange. I'm gonna try and see if using the Stormcaller is better for her here. Okay, I have blinked away. We're gonna sap the Drake. We are gonna paralyze the enemies over here. That's also why I used Escape, so that I could use this spell now. And with some luck, I can also hit that Drake. This bitch is beating on Durance though, which I don't like. Okay, very good. Let's go for a Chill Fog. And then I'm gonna cast a book and then just shoot. There's no more need to sap the Drake, but it's already ongoing. So yeah, he's stunned. Let us stun this one, who's beating on Durance. And now I can actually have an amplified mind wave, so I think we should be fine here. Yep, I think we are. So just back up and keep shooting this one. Okay, Aloth killed most of them. Go for this. Debuff and then buff and then beat on this one. I mean, the Grieving Mother is doing some damage with the bow, so I'm gonna be happy about it. Don't walk on the Chill Fog, please. Oh, I cannot walk here.
Of course.
No, come back, come back. You can go. Knock him down. Yeah, I think Stormcaller would also have been a good choice for the Grieving Mother.
Hey.
I do love the blunderbuss effect though.
Hey.
I was afraid this was gonna be a dragon. It was just a Drake.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Minor bracers of deflection. Why do we have so many diamonds? Let me just swap her back to the blunderbuss here. Whale? What do you mean whale? The shadows in the cavern suddenly lengthen and swallow you. When your eyes adjust to the darkness, you find yourself in the midst of what must be another vision. You are surrounded by mists. The ground feels springy under your feet. You imagine that, as soon as you take a step, the soil behind you will erase all trace of your passage. As if on cue, the mists before you clear just enough for you to take a couple of steps forward. You do, and the fog closes behind you. You continue for several minutes in this manner, one step at a time, never seeing more than the ground right in front of you. Eventually, rays of light cut through the haze, and you find yourself facing a canyon wall. Adair's head twists suddenly, as though something had flown in front of his face. What's that? Something whizzes past you. Just as you turn, you catch another whir of movement. Out of the mist flits a shape, small and round. You think you see another, and another. They tickle the corners of your vision. You turn back the canyon wall. The sun shifts along its path, and what looked like a smooth rock face is the hollow of a cave. A figure steps out, its features shifting and changing before your eyes. He who sees and is not seen, save when he chooses, it seems. Kana regards the figure with wary fascination. I thought the god of mystery is my chief enemy at times, but one cannot seek out answers if the questions aren't there. The figure transforms from male to female, from Orlan to Omawa, its bones lengthening and its fur receding into its flesh. The only detail that remains constant is the smooth, eyeless face. The whizzing, rushing shapes from the mist converge on the figure, and as they form a spinning cloud, you realize that they are eyes.
You understand the value of a mystery watcher, a buried scroll, a hidden truth. These are my ways.
So, something very funny here that I've read about, I've not actually seen it, but I've read somebody saying this, is that this is referring to that scroll that we buried a very long time ago in one of our first quests in Defiance Bay, where you have to get a scroll back from some thieves, And when you are about to return it to the quest giver, Whale tells you that you should instead bury it, so that it becomes lost and it's still a mystery. I believe, however, that if you do not do it, and if you keep the scroll to yourself, he's gonna consider it heresy, treason, blasphemy, whatever you want to call it. And I think what he does is he takes all the scrolls that your characters have, which I find to be quite funny, to be honest.
You unravel a thread, Watcher. One you have lost and discovered over generations. And following it to its end has only brought you back to the beginning.
The eyes track you even as they circle the god. Have I been here before? Whale giggles, a strangely modulated sound that rises and falls as the god shifts from one form to the next. Your search for answers to your past has led you to another mystery, and one grander still. Okay. My goal now is to see the souls Thaos is trapped. Yes, but what would you do with them?
A nebula of souls, blind and brimming with potential. The answer to Woodika's question and the beginning of yours. What would you do with them?
Thunderclouds from overhead, casting shadows of movement across the canyon. So here I think we have all of the options. Berath wants them returned to the cycle, which is the one I promised to do. According to Helia, it's possible to restore them to Hollowborn. I learned from Gallowayne, Magran and Abaddon that I can use them to fortify other souls in the Deerwood. Or Rimmergand, Ondra and Skane would have me dissolve them. I take it you've got something in mind. But I'm gonna go with the one I promised here, which is Berath wants them returned to the cycle.
To live out countless lives, each old existence lost to the new. The point is never the end with that last shuddering breath, but all the years that lead up to it. Even the gods require fresh mysteries.
The clouds break and the torrent of rain washes Whale's features clean. His blank face molds itself again, taking on the shape of something you've never seen before. Do not consign the souls to the fate of some god's choosing. You have found them, now scatter them across existence, their destination known to neither god nor mortal. Let them be lost again, new answers to new riddles. Behind him the sudden downpour has carved new waves into the canyon. What end would that serve?
No end, Watcher. That is the purpose.
But what would happen to the souls?
None know. They could end up anywhere in the realms of gods or mortals, whole or divided. Discovering them again and charting their course through the ether will be a new mystery.
Yeah. Farewell, Will.
That is a word for endings, and this is but a crossroads. Even I do not know what you would choose.
Shadows from the new caves melt and spread across the landscape, covering you in darkness. When the light returns, the vision is gone. Okay, so we have a new request from Whale to scatter the souls into wherever they might go, without any kind of purpose. I'm still sticking to what Breith wanted. I don't like being circled. I don't like it at all. So how do I do this? I think if the Grieving Mother can get off an amplified wave, we should all be fine. So I don't really think there's much need for me to move around. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it there over here. So I'm gonna bring everybody to the middle. That's the first objective here. I'm gonna put it there here to tank the ones in the back, and I'm gonna bring Kana to the front to tank the ones over there. Let's just slow down time so I can gather up these enemies a little bit better. We're just gonna start buffing here. The Grieving Mother can shoot whoever is closest. Kana is gonna go over here. I'm gonna sap this one. And that's kind of it. Okay. Vigorous defense. Oh, she does have a nice... Okay. So we can instead do something else. I can go for the Mind Web to make us all extra safe. You could... Okay, this is new. There's a Drake, so let's sap the Drake. And Aloth, can you paralyze him if I cast it over here? No, he moved around. Okay. So instead we're going to toss out some books, probably over here. And shoot the Drake. Defensive Mind Web is up. Let's focus on the Drake with the Grieving Mother as well. I'm gonna try and see if I can use Mr. Eder to knock this guy down. That would be excellent. Lovely. He is prone.
So much.
He's been blasted. We can go for an amplified wave here. I love that the shots, the pellets did something like whee going up. Okay. You can debuff and then buff us all. Perfect. Shoot him.
So much.
You can also fight. Yeah, but I don't like being circled, naturally. But Defensive Mind Web makes it so that it's not dangerous at all, because we're all as tanky as Eder right now. Because of the Mind Web. I can take off slow mode. Let's pick this up.
Then.
Oh, there's a door.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
But first I want to explore the rest of this area. Dead end. More Engwithan shades. We can just take them on. The usual buffing routine. Can you pull this one in, please? We have a Mind Wave whenever I want, which is gonna be right now. Knock them all down. Perfect. Keep shooting there. You shoot this one. Aloth is gonna paralyze the ones over here and then just toss out some books here. And this fight is over. You shoot that guy. Shoot there. Shoot there.
Yes.
Okay. Very easy.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
An athletics scroll, interesting. Do I need athletics for something here? Maybe. This is the court. Ah, there's also this section I haven't explored yet. Loot, okay. Why? A fine plate mill and an exceptional scepter? Why? What is thy purpose? Okay, let's see what's down here.
Flame reveal.
There are some vessels. Ah, there is actually nothing. So the only way for us to go is through the door. Guardian's Dome, court, and then this door. Alright.
A blade in the dark.
Where does this lead? It's still sun in shadow.
I'll see what I can find.
Big area. But not that big. Bloodstone and a scroll of defense. A lot of people died here, got turned to ash. Bulwark against the elements. Okay. Thaos.
Are you ready to take the oath? to spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen.
So yeah, he wanted to keep a secret that the gods are not actually gods. 2 rings of unshackling. Okay. There is likely to be some debuffs.
I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
So I'm guessing he's talking to my former life as an Inquisitor. A broad belt of power. Oh my god, there's so much stuff here. 2 might, 2 resolve, okay.
I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Okay. I don't feel like there's traps in here, but...
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was.
Who is she talking about?
Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders.
Yeah, we did talk about that. But there was no follow-up.
You are ready to give a confession?
I am ready to hear one from you.
She was brave all the way to the end. And there is nowhere else to go except this big middle, you know, this circular platform. Very ominous, very eerie platform. So that's gonna have to be our destination. But it's gonna be for the next episode. We are very close to the end of the game. This is, I believe, the last area, Sun in Shadow. We're gonna have something interesting happening over here. I'm gonna have to buff. We're gonna use all of our nice foods. We're gonna use some potions. We're gonna check our gear, and then we're gonna go. But like I said, that's gonna be something that takes a while. So we will be doing it in a fresh new episode. So get excited for that one. It's gonna be an important episode in the series. As always, my friends, thank you so much for being here with me in the channel, watching some Pillars of Eternity. I hope you guys are enjoying this awesome adventure. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. There's videos coming out every single day, and it's also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.